So you you healed 3 times, and then what's it called? Calamacy was doing pretty good, but then what?
I'm back, baby. What were you saying to Agatha?
I said, does he like follow me, or do you have to walk up out of the mines with me?
No, he's just weightless, and she pushes him around.
Great, gotcha. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna head up and out then. You guys be careful, okay? Wait, Agatha, do you need healed?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, all right. And then me and Nico will go back up and out of the mine. And Mike, do you want me to DM you what I'm doing with him up there as my party goes down?
We can just do it in a second.
Okay.
As you make your way out, pretty quickly the owl and the raven return almost simultaneously, flying back. And the raven lands on your shoulder, and the owl waits for your communication.
Well, what'd you say?
And as it links with your mind, you both begin to see very similar images from very slightly different perspectives. Um, and you watch as oh, um, the hallway, that area that you guys had went into, where like the breeding chamber and everything, heading up like thick blood all over the floor. And as you turns towards that room, that door is completely blown off its hinges, like completely, like it was battered together,
Wow.
and then someone destroyed it. And inside there is this massive pile of dead goblin children, dead goblin women, some dead goblin males, um, except for this one small baby size, like very small baby size, like newborn baby sized goblin sitting atop the pile, the only living creature. Um, the in this pile of blood and gore of its family, ripping flesh off with super goblin strength of these dead family members, and it turns and looks at the two avian creatures, and you see this void of black in both of its eyes, where its eyes should be, and this like inhuman smile, like this possessed kind of look, turns and smiles at them, and they panic and fly backwards in a hurry.
Hmm. So there's some sort of possessed baby goblin in there. Maybe it's Bulbaga.
I think it most definitely is.
This seems like a pretty good time for us to talk to her. I'd rather her not seek us out, although I don't know for sure she would hold a grudge. But the fact that the goblins were opposed to her, like, it kind of seems
Agatha
like maybe
says,
she was actually kind.
"Hey man, can't we just like have a day off? Can't we just go back and relax? Like we got Nico, let's go. We don't need to worry about that, right?"
Huh. That's a kind of persuasive argument. Um, what do you two think? Amos is down here now, right?
I'm making my way down, yes. Making my way
Okay, well,
downtown.
first I would ask Calamacy about it, and then I'd fill him in a minute.
Hmm. Part of me wants to go there, but another part of me, like, that thing felt evil. I don't know if there's much talking.
Oop.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said whoop because I fell off a cliff.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I am not at all spent. It's as if I've just woken up. I feel pretty good.
Also, I don't think it's smart to like split the party and leave our healer up here. But it's also not safe to just leave Nico passed out.
This is
we
where I'm
got-
drawing reference from, by the way, like this in goblin form.
We got our secondary healer with us. And also the guy that's best equipped to do, to chase her down if she goes into the ethereal plane. But yeah, we aren't at 100% right now.
Yeah.
Amos, before you hop down, we're trying to figure out if we want to go see Bulbaga or just call it a day.
I think, in the light of recent events, we might have a pretty good chance at having a very interesting conversation with Bulbaga. My vote is to try to approach her.
What do you think we should do with Nico and why? What are your thoughts on leaving our healer up top?
Why are we leaving Bezoid up top?
Because that's where Nico would be. She's with Nico.
Oh, that's
So
a good
my-
point. We don't really need to have her away since all of the goblins except for Bulbaga are gone. So there's no moral ambiguity. She can be with us and it's no big deal.
Well, this is my thought. I thought that I would take Nico up out of the cave system. A, so he doesn't have to wake up and see the gore that he left behind. And B, I don't know what his status is to go further. So I was going to take him up to the top, make a fire, find an animal and attempt to kill an animal and roast an animal so that he's got something to eat when he wakes. Well, he doesn't eat food, I forgot. But that was my thought. Just take him up there.
By the way, you are up out of the pit, Mom,
Yeah.
Bezoit and Nico, but the levitation spell has ended and he falls gently to the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
inconvenient.
I mean, that's
Wait.
how it works.
She's got a hood on! Hooray! I'm gonna fill her in. Just a minute, Emus. I'm gonna fill her in, too. And then I say into the hood, it's just Bulbaga down at the breeding chamber. At least that's what I think. Do you want to
guys
come with?
handle it? I'm gonna say, can you can't handle it?
I look at the girls.
Could you explain what it looked like? Like, what was going on down there?
It was a baby with really creepy eyes.
A
Eating.
newborn baby tearing apart its dead brethren. Was it eating it? Or just tearing it up?
It was eating it.
Okay, so eating its dead brethren. And it had black eyes.
I'm on team. Let's go. Agatha says. Mom, there's a lot of static. Something's going on. That is much better. All right, so let's take a vote. She raises her hand. All in favor of leaving?
No, sustained.
She looks around. Anyone else have their hands up? Okay, then she lowers her hand. All right, I guess we. Yep, ride or die, dude. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, I was gonna say if you wanted, you could either stay with Nico or try to take him back towards town if you didn't want to come.
Oh, I'm not a coward. I got this. Creepy goblin babies are fine. Black guys.
Oh no, they're very creepy. It's not cool.
So,
But you
Bazoy was
wanna
asking
know.
if we want her to come along or if she's fine just leaving. I'd lean towards having her with us.
I do too. But I don't know what to do with Nico.
We'd rather have you along. I say Into the Hood. We'd rather have you along.
I'm gonna say, what do I do with Nico?
He'll be
You want to
fine.
send Agatha up to protect him, or
I can
No, he'll
leave
be
my
fine. There's nothing
crow,
around that's
and
living.
he can roll like an attack roll. That's one of his things. He gets to roll during combat to be in part of the attack order. So he could kind of be a little guard if he's willing. Well, that's a hard one. He doesn't like undead things.
mm-hmm.
Never mind. Scratch that idea.
I could fly a note
Emus
up
has
to him.
healing, and I think Agatha pretty much took care of the other Baboa that we had, right? Between Agatha and Calamacy.
I don't have a lot of healing left.
Neither do I.
Well, no, I take that back. I can cast it at higher levels. I'll be fine. We'll be fine.
This odd sensation. The rain trickles to a brief slow. And this odd sensation comes from the depths of the pit. And this instinct deep inside of you, this warrior instinct from training, sends this shiver up your spine. Your hairs begin to stand on end as this strange, dangerous sensation comes from deeper within the mind. This frightening presence.
Yeah, maybe that isn't Bulbaga. Let's go. I think Into the Hood. And
Yeah, let's go back to the village, or
yeah.
yeah.
I look over to Emus and point upward, like moving up.
As Emus was about to make his way down, why? What's going on?
Does
Did
this
you not
seem
get that
scalable?
intense feeling?
Did
Yeah.
I?
Everyone except for Bazoit would have had this feeling of sudden dread and doom.
Is it
And
enough to make me want to turn around and leave immediately?
That's up to you. What it is immense, unadulterated, unfiltered bloodlust. So powerful that it's radiating from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we could come back tomorrow, first thing in the morning, if you really want to hash this out. We can rest on it. But I feel like if we were trying to take this bloodlust on, we should be at peak performance.
Okay, I'm convinced.
It might be weaker now than then, but
By one day, hopefully.
But yeah, I don't know about that thing. I think I want to get out.
Oh yeah, let me do that shift click thing. Why am I doing the plebeian way?
Yes, quite.
You guys want to go to the pit and play? Let's go to the pit to play. No.
And we said we don't want it.
So as you guys make your way up and out of the pit and back to this trail, almost like this like symbol of perhaps good decisions. The sky begins to part open, and sun beams down, shining on the pathway, and about 20 feet on either side of the path. Just clouds dispersing and the rain stopping.
I throw Nico over my shoulder, like I'm holding on to an arm and having it to where his head is pretty upright to where the hat doesn't fall off.
Do you want me to have my thieves rope kind of like tie him to you so it's a little lighter on you and he's kind of like a little baby backpack thing?
Oh yeah, that sounds really convenient. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I hold my arms out, kind of T-pose.
So do you want him more on your back then or on your front? I suppose because you said T-pose, so that means you're no longer holding him in your arms.
Oh no, I had him kind of piggyback.
Okay,
And-
okay.
And I was like trying to make sure that his head was upright. So I wasn't just fireman's carrying him.
Okay,
And
okay.
as you guys make your way out of the pits on the pathway, the sun coming through and offering this very nice warmth reprieve from the cold rain. You hear breathing a little heavier, and Nico in your ear begins to wake up.
Oh, welcome back, Nico. Cal, can you undo the rope?
Yep.
Okay, and at this point I'll continue to kind of hold him on me until he gets his bearings.
Hey, buddy.
And he's looking around. What? And his eyes get wide. And he begins barfing on the off to the side, not getting any on Boogie, but to the right of on the trail. A pile of vomit comes up out on the ground.
Gross.
And inside the vomit you can see bits of undigested goblin flesh and
Oh,
all
God.
manner of.
Oops.
I reach for my flask to hand to him when he's finished to rinse his mouth out.
And he looks down at the pile, and his eyes kind of widely in a daze turn and look at you, almost like everything's like just spinning around him. And his eyes go cross slightly. He reaches out for the jar and turns and vomits another pile of vomit. Wipes his
Just
mouth.
say, don't look at it, Nico.
And he takes the jar and just begins pouring it on his mouth, trying to get the blood and guts and everything just out of his mouth and face. Thank you.
We're here for you, Nico.
Oh, you saw everything. And starts crying.
What did he say?
You saw everything as he buries his hand or his face into his hand.
Hey,
gonna-
we don't judge you for it. We don't love you any less.
Put my hand on his shoulder.
You hear the raven go, I'm judging a bit.
I'm gonna put my hand on his other shoulder. Nico, we're family.
I do not agree. And he looks over and grabs your hand and something's got to change, guys.
Yeah,
I know,
ideally,
Nikki.
I would like to try to find another willing person, kind of like Abraham, but not a vampire this time. And maybe get you out of that, just feeling more back to yourself. I mean, there's got to be other diehard Mr. lovers, right?
He looks at you. furrows his eyebrows. Expect someone will just give them some. We can't just expect.
Emus is also gonna mutter under his breath. It's kind of disrespectful to Abraham to suggest that.
Yeah, but he's obviously suffering.
Also, I don't think it was Nico that did that just now.
And Abraham had thousands of years to come to terms and get a handle on this. This was thrust upon Nico.
I think it's a good idea. We'll keep an eye out. So,
He turns and looks with his like eyes hollowed at the party and goes, "It was so easy, and it felt so good." And tears
Sorry,
begin to
man.
flow, and he goes, "And if I'm honest, I want more."
Just to clarify, you enjoyed the killing or the eating? Not judging if you liked the eating.
It's not
I want
me.
to
I
understand.
didn't like it. I hated every part of it, but the feeling inside of me, like there's a disconnect between me and me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It wants, but I can feel what it wants, and I feel how good it feels when it gets what it wants. I don't have the willpower to control it.
This could be a problem in the future.
Well, maybe we'll ask for Mistress guidance. If that would make you feel better.
Fat little good asking a dead god will do, huh?
I mean, she's already shown up before
Right.
us.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Emus is like, I got nothing.
I really don't. I was gonna think about trying to say something like, "We can be the strength for you" or something with something corny, but it just didn't sound right.
Yeah, the conversation went pretty well.
I don't feel like it did.
Well, we didn't get a great resolution, but what is there to say?
I don't know. Maybe somebody will die in front of us and we can do that.
And as you guys approach here, Nico kind of stops and looks at his handiwork. Not handiwork, but I guess a better way to phrase it is the carnage he caused. He turns and looks at the group.
It was a quick death.
I have a
We need to
question.
find a way to fix this because if it goes on much longer, I will kill myself to end this.
I would rather you didn't do that. We'll figure something out.
Agatha walks forward, pulls a tentative hand around her side, and produces her leather bag and reaches inside and pulls out this very, very cream-filled sweet roll, like covered in jelly and all sorts of sweetness, and hands it out to him. And he reaches out, looks at it kind of tentatively, and she goes, "Just trust me, man. Give it a try." and he reaches forward and takes a bite, and then another, and a hungry another, and another, until it's all over, and he has this like ring around his mouth. And he takes a deep breath, and his eyes blink slowly, and he inhales. His eyes open. Thanks. And she nods, and he turns and looks at the group and smiles and says, okay, we'll figure it out for sure. I can hang in there. And begins walking.
I shake my head in disbelief as I'm just in awe of everything that Agatha can do.
What were you going to say, Emus?
Said good man, Nico.
I'm gonna ask the DM out of game. Do I understand Clamacey's bird when it speaks, or is it something only she can hear?
No, it's it can speak out loud, but when it's speaking to her, it's speaking telepathically.
Okay.
All right.
Good job, Agatha.
And she leans over and whispers, I feel bad drugging him out, but whatever, you know, it helps me sometimes.
Yeah,
And as
makes
Nico
sense.
walks forward, he kind of
Also,
starts
he can hear
smiling
us.
and no, he can, yeah, but he's like kind of looking off and like smiling, looking at everything. Like as he walks past, there's this little butterfly that lands on a flower, and he's like all about it, checking it out. Like, wow. And Agatha just smiles at you and gives you a wink. All right, are you guys making your way back to town?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, how are we feeling? We want to end session here?
Kind of pat him on the back when I go. I'm good to keep going.
I think that after we get back to town, I think I would like to rather clean up, eat, go to bed, and then end the session, so that we've got a full night's rest and we can recoup and get all of our spell slots back.
Well, it's only about 4 p.m., just so you know.
Right, but how long is it going to take us to get back to the town? An hour?
You'll probably get there around like 4:45.
And then eat, clean up, discuss the day, and then go to bed. It'd be about 8 or 9. I mean, we've kind of had a long day already.
Yeah, for sure. Very productive day. Poor guy.
Though I like to stay in the inn and not at that guy's house.
Yeah, it's probably a good
Yeah.
call.
John's house. That's
As you guys get back to town, you notice a rather, busy day. Like it seems pretty noisy. Like the livestock are happy, the sun's out. It seems like the rains brought this refreshing renewal with them.
And everything isn't on fire from dragons?
I don't know why he's so concerned about the dragons that were flying like Boeing 747s, and I are very obviously not interested in this little tiny town out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, maybe they were heading generally towards town.
because how much gold do they have? Like, do dragons like gold? Are they trying to get some gold?
Well, of course they do. But surely this measly little town doesn't have enough to be worth their time of business.
Maybe.
And also, if we saw the distinctive breeds of dragons that we know do not cooperate well with each other at all, then there's something much bigger going on than ransacking the town for some gold.
Accurate. Just attacking a small town for gold is not what those dragons were trying to do.
Nico takes a moment and just kind of assesses the situation out here as you guys approach. What's the story here? He says.
Amos is gonna kind of.
Robert Milligan.
Amos is gonna wince horrifically at the mentioning of it.
I would mutter Robert Milligan.
He says, and he keeps walking.
Nico,
His mood souring slightly. Yeah.
I don't want you to be there at the trial tomorrow.
He looks back and forth between your eyes for a moment.
I would
Kind
look
of.
questioning at Buggy.
He says,
Why?
Why?
I'll tell you after the trial.
Why not just tell me now, man?
Yeah, why the secrecy?
I don't want you to be morally conflicted during the trial.
He looks down
Mike,
kind of shamefully and he says, Oh, okay.
I'm not on the board, Mike. Oh, there I
Yeah.
am. I'm there now.
Amos wants to head off to the jail to check in on what's going on in there.
As you come in, you find John inside, kind of sitting there, cross-legged. Amos.
What was the wife's name again?
Sister
Bonnie.
Amanda. Oh,
Bonnie, right. Any sign of Bonnie?
Pierces his lips, looks back at the group in the cage. No.
Well, I can have a walkabout, see if I can spot her, if you have some ideas of where I might be able to find her.
Did you already pack lunches?
No, I don't. He turns and looks at Robert. After all, it is these three that are most guilty, right?
Well, of course. In fact, I had no intention of locking her up again. I just wanted to make sure that she's accounted for, and I'm not going to try anything silly.
He's looking side to side, very shifty and nervously, kind of biting his lip and pulling at his collar.
Do you want to step outside to have a word?
Yeah. Yes, please. Hey, did you find your friend?
Kind of nod. Yes, luckily. Yeah, he's all in one piece. Exhausted, but alive.
Hey, good. So the thing is, those letters Amanda sent out to Shadowdale, well, they're sending someone here to inspect it, and with Bonnie missing, she's the gal who gave me the device that I've been using to supplement our taxes. He says, scratching at his beard. How do I put this together? I've kind of been scamming Shadowdale a bit, and he starts like chewing on his lip.
You kind of raise an eyebrow at him. Oh, we all been known to line our pockets from time to time. I'm sure it's something that's is so grievous it can't be resolved.
All right. Yeah. The thing is, so, Bonnie is gone, and she gave me this device. You take this copper, and you put it in, and out comes a gold. But I didn't know that after a while it just poof, vanished. So, and he starts like chewing on his nails. I think they know.
The machine vanished, or the money that it changed vanished?
Yeah, it doesn't last forever. I just think they're going to come to ask questions about why exactly the amount of Rivington's tax revenue is missing from their coffers.
And how much might be missing?
Uh, well, there was last year's. I managed to convince the Lord that there was perhaps a thief, but altogether, if they figure that out, there's $12,000.
I'm sorry, I've got a worm in my ear. I didn't quite hear you. Can you speak up, please?
And 12,000 gold, sir.
Ah, he was gonna stand there for a second and then kind of chuckle. Well, that would indeed be a problem, would it not?
And he nods. And his breath kind of smells of alcohol a bit. He's been stressing out.
I want to recall
So,
back to the mine real quick. Did the mine, while we were there, did we happen to catch any signs that it was productive, or were they simply moving earth?
no, it was a
In-use mine, like a mine.
yep, the goblins had taken it over and were using it to process. Yep.
I'm gonna clasp down on his shoulder. Well, so far I've only let you down once. I don't feel like letting you down again. We might have some answers to your problem, but it's gonna take some time to put things together. Perhaps we shall meet after the trial to talk about possible solution.
Okay.
So wait a minute. I'm wanting to go over to those guys, but
Okay. So coming up behind you.
No, before then, like as soon as we got in the town, like what's going on? Is everything getting back to normal?
It seems like people are kind of tidying up the town a bit. There are maybe like 5 people about in the market, kind of talking. It does appear that Tammy is in the process of clearing out this area over here.
I'm not seeing any marker.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Clearing it out of what?
Like getting the boarding up and opening up the old apothecary store, like cracking into it and checking it out.
Yeah, I'll just kind of stick with the party. I guess if we're splitting up, maybe I'll go to Emus. But if Bezoid and Calamacy are going to the same spot, then I'll join them.
I was wanting to gather up Tammy and head to the tavern to get something to eat.
Okay, that's 2 people. I'm sorry, you guys can wrap up the conversation with John now. If you like.
John's gonna look back and I'm worried Bonnie might try to take that device back and rat me out.
Well, where is it? I can swing by, and I've got some tricks to make sure it's nice and secured.
It was down in the treasury last I left it.
All right, and am I able to get in?
He looks you up and down. I suppose I owe my meridum to you. You and your friends, and he reaches in and pulls out a key from his tunic.
Looking really taken aback. I meant I could have someone else watch the Roberts and Sons while you escort me in.
And his drunken face gets pretty red. Oh, yeah, yes, yeah, of course. That's the wiser choice. And he puts the key back in his tunic.
I'll send
Don't
some
tell anyone
over.
about that, please.
I'll send someone over to watch them, and then I'll meet you at the treasury. Oh, Clemency, Bezoit. Where's Bezoit here? Yeah, okay. Would one of you mind keeping an eye on Robert and Sons while the mayor and I do a little investigating about where their mother might have gone?
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, thanks.
Hi, everything above water.
There's water around here?
Well, our
Enjoy,
ship definitely
John.
isn't above water.
He walks away. It rained. Comes over and opens the room. And you find an exorbitant amount of funds laid about, the chest full of gold, all the chest full of gold, the piles filled with gold.
I'm going to close the door behind me.
And this is where you die, old man.
I am the mayor now. I'm gonna kind of look around. Is any of this artificial?
He turns and looks at you. Yes.
Kind of surprised how much.
All of it.
Oh dear. Well, where's the device? Is it still here?
Turns and looks.
Amos is also going to start scurrying the area. Not just for the
And
device, but for
when he looks
other
over and
things as
doesn't
well.
immediately see it, he begins kind of sifting through the coin.
Oh no.
And he turns back and looks at you just in panic and shakes his head no.
Okay. Well, first things first. Can you stand over at the walls? I'm going to reconnoiter. What is that fancy word I want to use? Reckoneer, recorder. Anyways, I'm going to reconnaissance the area and see what I can find. I'm going to start looking around, and as I'm looking around, I'm going to start asking some questions about. So, how big was this? What was it made out of? Did it resemble anything?
Small, ornate, well designed wooden stand with this little slot that you would drop the coin through, and out would come the. Had these runes that were of all sorts of different colors inscribed around the edges of the wood. A dark red wood.
I rolled a 19 on investigate, and as I'm searching around, still I'm going to go. And how long does the artificial coins typically last for?
365 days. No, I just realized there's not the same amount of days. 1 year.
Oh, that's I can understand why you would have started using it then.
Right, thank you.
But
It
as
was
we all
such an
know,
easy fix, and she didn't say anything. At the time, I didn't know there was a limited. I didn't know it expired. It was a perfect plan.
that was a perfect plan to set you up as a mayor to go down hard.
Conniving bitch. You know, it's
Did my 19 to investigate find anything?
in the room about. So as you're looking around,
I'm looking for like where it might have been sitting, if the signs of recent activities, you know.
you see
Maybe she dropped her business card. I don't know.
the faintest of scratch marks around the casing of the lock.
Does anyone else have access to this room besides you?
He shakes his head no.
Then how might have she gotten in, eh?
Are you accusing me of something?
No, I'm just genuinely curious.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Good question.
Emus is feeling very Sherlock Holmesy. All right, well, we'll see if we can get to the bottom of this. No promises, unfortunately, but we will do what we can in the time we have.
Okay. That caravan should be here tomorrow, maybe the day after.
Oh dear.
God willing, they got delayed maybe 2-3 days. Maybe the rain slowed them down.
All right. Well, we've had a long day. Me and my counterparts could really use some rest, so I'm gonna go talk to them, and maybe I'll let them know about what's going on with your little dilemma.
All right.
If only it was still there and I could use the alarming bugs on it. Ah, it would have been so good.
Damn you! What's the rest of the party doing?
Well, I was headed up towards the jail cell to help watch it.
Nico breaking off from the group, seeing what Tammy is doing. Kind of high / trying to distract himself from being depressed. Ambles his way over to Tammy.
Oh, that sounds great. I want to hang out with those guys.
As you approach, hey, Boogie, Tammy says, looking up at Nico. Kind of get like Nico's not looking at her, but she kind of gives you like that yeesh kind of look.
Hey, Tammy.
This place is awesome and it's for sale. Last owner straight up left it, went to Shadowdale.
Oh,
She turns and looks down. I kind of already bought it.
Side note, plus for me, because I'm still invested.
So is a screaming deal though?
what is the screaming deal?
Yeah, that's gnomish for like it's a really good deal.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's a good deal!
Like a car salesman. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, what's the deal? You make potions here?
Oh, there's all sorts of stuff they left behind. I haven't got to go through it. Part of it was kind of they didn't know what they were selling, so they just bundled it all together. So it's kind of like a sight unseen type deal. But I paid 500 gold for it, and it's all mine. Well, ours,
Okay.
because yeah, I was wondering if you guys wanted to go in on it with me, or
Maybe.
okay,
Yeah,
no
I
rush,
don't
no rush.
really-
It's fine. It's cool.
Tammy, it's like I told you before, man. We're family. But if this is what you want, we don't have to share this. You know, you're allowed to make your own money.
Nice. You're all lit up.
She nods and she looks back there and looks determined. She goes, "I definitely think we got more than 500 gold worth of stuff in here, guys.
Nice.
Nice.
But I don't have 500 gold.
Oh. Okay.
I gave you a bunch of money. How much did you have?
Not 500 gold."
I'm gonna look over at Boogie. I think I gave her 200, didn't I? DM.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I would invest after we divvied up what was left over from paying for the ship. So I cannot at this time, but I don't know about it yet. But if I did.
Did you have a down payment, Tammy?
Well, as a party, we're gonna make sure this is paid for.
So I cannot find where I have it written down. If you have it on your notes, 200 gold, I'm going to trust your decision.
Let me go back and look because I'm going off of memory. So don't take that to the bank yet.
But
But I
either
was
way,
gonna-
she's going to say, no, I kind of got it on gnome reputation that I was good for it.
Hey, Boogie, you want to hand her that 200 gold that I gave you to hang on to?
Sure. There we
At
go.
least she's got the down payment for it, and then
So I
let them know that we'll work it out when we get this divvied up, okay?
move off to the wall and then start reaching into the rich man's purse in order to get out the amount.
Okay. And easy enough, you.
And then I'm going to look at her and say, no, I'm going to want paid back. And I'm going to wink at her.
Oh, I thought this was like an advance on like my payment for the team.
The gold that you just got was my gold from Boogie. And then we were going to divvy up the gold. That's what I was talking about, getting paid back for.
Well, if you're just
But-
going to give me something just to keep track of it, I don't want favors.
Well, then what was the whole, I don't have 500 gold about?
Well, I was just thinking it was like an advance on my payment, and then it would just come out of my future pay.
Well, I mean, 6 and 1/2, half dozen the other. It's the same thing. If once we divvy up the pay,
As you say that, she starts like counting on her little stubby fingers, like 10, 5, 6. Oh,
get what I'm saying? It'll all come out in the wash unless you want to take it as investment.
I just don't like owing people stuff.
Well, how about if I invest in your company then?
Okay, but then you're not going to get it back. Like, well, I guess you'll get it back like with returns and stuff.
Right. I'm good with that.
Okay,
think
how much
you're
you want to
savvy.
invest?
200 gold.
Could I
What will
offer
that
you
give
a
me?
$500 gold investment?
I don't have $500 gold right on me. All I have is 200 until
It'll
we
be triple the
divvy it up.
perks and benefits.
Well, I'm sure it would be, but all I've got is 200 gold, my friend.
We're
How
actually
many
out
shares?
of $200 shareholder subscriptions.
I don't have no more money unless I take it from our loot that we took. And I'm pretty sure that, Cal would want in on this too. She likes your tinkering.
Okay.
How many shares will 250 gold get me, Tammy?
Half.
Well, now what if Cal does the other 250? Then you're not going to earn anything. That's
No,
not-
0.5%.
What?
Of all future lifetime sales?
I'm giving you half the money to purchase your.
I could make millions. You don't know how sky high my business is going to go.
How about one? Give me one.
Huh.
You made a better deal with Cal over at Selgaunt.
This is before I made it big and got a score on this storage.
Give me a percentage, and just because I like you.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh my goodness. I got I have any extra
Oh,
added
there's
to it.
no one around.
Persuasion. +2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
She narrows her eyes and squints at you. All right. I'll
Nice.
give you 1% for the first 10 years of business. And then after that, it goes down to 5% or 0.5%. 0.5%.
Unless I invest more.
Oh, don't make it complicated.
All right.
For 10 years, 1%. 250 gold.
You got it, sister.
Deal. She sticks out her little gnome hand.
I'm going to stick out 2 fingers because that's about all she'll be able to grasp.
And she looks past and looks at Boogie and goes, "How long do Dragonborn live?" Jokingly, like with a smile.
More than 10 years.
She starts doing some math in her head. Okay. Well, if you find Cal, let her know that I'm looking for investors. Boogie, you want to invest?
No, not yet.
Well, okay, screaming deal.
Is Nico just freaking staring and drooling?
He's not staring and drooling, but he is looking away, very somberly and silently, avoiding eye contact with everyone, just kind of staring off, checking out the stuff on the table. Shame.
Tammy. I wonder if there's any way we can preserve some of these goblins for the mimic.
Emus is gonna walk up, and hey, kind of gently call it, "Hey, Nico."
His head's still looking down. You can't see his eyes past his brim. Yeah.
I need to go walk around the town. I'm looking for Robertson's wife. Wondering if I could use a companion to go with me. We don't have to talk, but just presence would be great comfort. Second set of eyes always helps too. Not that yours are as sharp as mine. I'm gonna give him kind of a grin.
He turns and put his hands in a pile of these fire salts and drops them. No, I'm okay. Thanks, though.
Okay. And Emus is gonna go patrol the town, around town, seeing if I can find signs of what's her face.
By myself, and I'm gonna stomp off. All right, what's the rest of the party doing?
I'm going to ask Tammy, are you hungry? You want to come along and eat, or are you going to go tinker in your shop? Our shop.
She says, wagging a finger at you, like kind of like she's very close to the chest with her money and stuff. But she's gonna go, "No, I want to check this stuff out. I'm gonna give him some company."
Got what?
I'm gonna give him some company. Take a hint.
Okay. Did she just say she's going to have company? I legit couldn't hear you.
She said, "I'm going to give him company. Take a hint."
I'm going to give him company.
Yeah, not like take a hint, like read the room, not like I'm gonna seduce him.
So I'd like to head over to the tavern, and as I pass, I'm going to say, "Hey, Cal. Did Enos ever come back? What's up? How long are we supposed to guard them? Like..."
John should be back by now because I left him.
Yeah,
All
while
right.
I was waiting for him to come back, I would have wanted to pull out that flute and look at it. Maybe blow a few notes, see if anything happens.
While you're waiting for who to come back?
John to take over this guard position again, where the Milligans are.
Okay, my misunderstanding. I thought he was going to assist Emus in looking for Bonnie.
Also, then I'll be there a while. If nobody told me that.
No, that was me
Yeah.
misunderstanding.
Oh,
So, shortly after their conversation down there, John arrives to just relieve you, walking in, casting a kind of a mean glare over into the cage. Can't wait for the trial tomorrow. All right, I'm here, Lady Clemency.
Hey, thank you. What time was it again? The trial? And are we expected to be there, I guess, is another thing.
It's entirely up to you. Legally, you're not bound to be. So,
I'm sitting with Cal at this point, and I'm gonna say I'd like to be there.
you're not with Cal though, because you were having this is during your conversation with Tammy.
Also, weren't we about to go to the tavern?
I said on my way back to the tavern, I wanted to stop and talk to Cal.
This is actually we're kind of back in time a bit. This is happening while you were initiating that
Oh,
conversation
okay.
with Tammy. Are you saying anything, Clemency, or you just heading out? Oh, you asked him what time it would be.
Yeah.
Sorry. Noon tomorrow. I'm not required by law to be there, but if Seremus was, it would help make my case. And he casts like kind of a mean glare over at Robert.
Okay. I
And
will pass the word.
he pulls you aside to the side of the room and whispers, "What is your opinion? Am I being too hard? I want to watch him hang."
I don't know. Is it because you want to watch him hang for his recent crime, or your built-up life of anger towards one another? Is it a justified hanging? I don't fully understand you guys' laws.
And that's my fear, because it is justified. But I do find joy in it. Not joy, but relief.
I personally lean towards exile over murder. Well, not murder, but ending their life and altering the lives of those boys. I think it would just cause more vendetta than end it.
And take that into consideration. Thank you. And he goes and sits kind of somberly at the desk. And then I need some in real life, probably 1 minute or 2 minutes for Gar.